Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest anime episodes and share my thoughts and opinions. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the most epic fights in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Gojo vs Toji. If you haven't watched the episode yet, be warned that this video contains major spoilers. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, please watch the episode first and then come back to this video. Alright, let's get started. The Gojo vs Toji fight is the climax of the Hidden Inventory arc, which is a flashback that shows the past of Gojo, Geto, and their friends. In this arc, we learn more about Gojo's origin, his relationship with Rico Amanet, and his encounter with Toji Fushiguro, the father of Megumi Fushiguro. Toji Fushiguro is a former member of the Zenin clan, one of the three great families of Jujutsu sorcerers. However, he was born without any cursed energy, which made him an outcast and a failure in the eyes of his clan. To compensate for his lack of cursed energy, he trained his body to become a superhuman assassin who can kill any sorcerer with his speed, strength, and cursed tools. Toji was hired by an unknown client to kill Rico Amanet, a girl who was chosen to be the next vessel of Chenin, the barrier master of Jujutsu High. Rico was under the protection of Gojo and his friends, who were assigned to escort her to the Star Religious Corridor, where she would merge with Tengen and become immortal. However, on their way to the corridor, they were ambushed by Toji, who easily killed two of Gojo's friends and wounded Rico. Gojo then decided to face Toji alone, while Geto took Rico to the corridor. The fight between Gojo and Toji was intense and brutal. Toji had the advantage of being invisible to Gojo's six eyes and limitless techniques, which rely on sensing cursed energy. He also had a special grade cursed tool called the Inverted Spear of Heaven, which could negate any cursed technique it pierced. Gojo was caught off guard by Toji's attack and was stabbed in the chest from behind. He realized that Toji's target was Rico and prioritized her safety over his own. However, he was too late to save her, as Toji had already thrown a knife at her heart. Gojo then unleashed his rage and power against Toji. He used his reverse curse technique to heal himself and activate his domain expansion, Unlimited Void. This technique trapped Toji in a world where he was bombarded with infinite information that overwhelmed his senses. However, Toji managed to escape from the domain by using a simple curse tool called a Playful Cloud. He then resumed his attack on Gojo, who was still recovering from using his domain. He stabbed Gojo's neck with the Inverted Spear of Heaven and slashed his torso with a sword. Toji thought he had killed Gojo, but he was wrong. Gojo survived by using his reverse curse technique again and entered a state of delirium. He then used his hollow purple technique to blast Toji's torso into pieces. Gojo then collapsed from exhaustion and blood loss. He was later found by Geto, who had also fought against another enemy, Skuru Geto. Skuru Geto was another former member of the Zenin clan and a friend of Gojo and Rico. He was also hired by the same client as Toji to kill Rico and Tengen. He had a unique curse technique that allowed him to manipulate any curse he consumed. Geto confronted Rico at the Star Religious Corridor and tried to kill her before she merged with Tengen. However, he was stopped by Tengen himself, who appeared as a giant eye in the sky. Tengen told Geto that he had no interest in merging with Rico and that he wanted to live freely as an individual. Geto then realized that he had been deceived by his client and that his mission was pointless. He decided to abandon his mission and leave with Rico. However, before they could escape, they were attacked by Toji's knife that pierced Rico's heart. Geto then blamed himself for Rico's death and swore revenge against Toji. He chased after him and found him fighting against Gojo. He tried to help Gojo by using his curses against Toji, but he was no match for him. Toji easily dodged Geto's attacks and stabbed him in the stomach with a sword. He then left him for dead and continued his fight with Gojo. Geto survived by using his reverse curse technique and witnessed the final clash between Gojo and Toji. He then found Gojo lying on the ground and carried him to safety. The episode ended with Gojo waking up in a hospital bed and learning that Rico was dead. He was devastated by the news and blamed himself for failing to protect her. He then vowed to become stronger and change the world of Jujutsu. Wow, what an amazing episode. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The animation, the music, the voice acting, everything was top-notch. The fight between Gojo and Toji was one of the best fights I've ever seen in anime. It showed how powerful and badass both of them were, and how they pushed each other to their limits. I also liked how the episode gave more depth and backstory to Gojo, Toji, and Geto. It showed their motivations, their emotions, and their relationships. It made me care more about them and understand them better. I think this episode was a turning point for the series, as it set up the future events and conflicts that will shape the story. It also showed how Gojo became the strongest sorcerer in the world and why he is so important for the Jujutsu society. I can't wait to see what happens next in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I'm sure there will be more epic fights, more plot twists, and more surprises. What did you think of this episode? Did you like the Gojo vs Toji fight? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more anime reviews. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
そうか、そうだな。そうかもな。